Hi, SLE. I'm Gabrielle Brick, and today I want to share with you the book Our California by Pam Munoz Ryan, and the illustrations are by Rafael Lopez. I love this book because not only does it have super colorful illustrations, it's actually written in poetry. It's a book of poetry, and it has poems that have rhyming words in them. And I chose it because I love our state. There's so many beautiful places to explore. And I'm also thinking that because of COVID, we can't travel too much right now. Most people aren't going on airplanes, but there's lots of great places to visit in California, and you can get there by car. So here goes. The first page actually is, to look at it like this. I hope you can see it. It says, "Welcome to California. There are valleys, deserts, mountains, and coasts. Which region do you think that you will like most?" And let's see here. This is a map of our state. It's pretty long. In the north is Eureka, and then there's Sonoma. Our state capital is Sacramento, where our governor, Gavin Newsom, works. There's Coloma. Sometimes fifth graders, I think, travel to Coloma. That's where they just, lots of gold, mining for gold was done. There's Yosemite. San Francisco, you see the Golden Gate Bridge right here. Monterey, down at the bottom of our central coast. We live on the other side of the Monterey Bay, right about here. Heading east from us is the Great Central Valley. On the other side of the mountain range is Death Valley. And down here in Southern California, there's the big city of Los Angeles and a smaller town called San Juan Capistrano near the beach that you'll hear in one of the poems why San Juan Capistrano is famous. There's San Diego, just north of the border with Mexico. And off the coast are the Channel Islands. Out here in the desert is Palm Springs. Okay, we're going to start in the south. To start in the south of this golden land, in fair San Diego, where vistas are grand. In this coastal city, there's plenty to do. Surf, swim, and sun, then visit the zoo. Maybe you've heard of the San Diego Zoo. Okay, here we go. San Juan Capistrano is where you will learn about a quaint village where swallows return. Junipero Serra stopped here on his way to build a grand mission from adobe clay. So third graders, you study missions, and we have a mission right here in Santa Cruz, but there's also a mission in San Diego. And you might have noticed the word swallow. Maybe from the picture you inferred that a swallow is a type of bird, not the swallow that we do after we chew. Swallow can have more than one meaning. And so this town is famous for these types of birds traveling there. Next is Los Angeles and famed Hollywood. You can visit the places where movie stars stood. This city of angels has lots to explore. Tar pits, museums, and amusements galore. So if you are curious about dinosaurs, you may someday want to visit the tar pits. I actually lived for a couple years right next to the tar pits in Los Angeles, where I guess archaeologists or paleontologists are still digging out the remains of animals that lived millions of years ago. You can visit there and see them at work, as well as see lots of different like dinosaur bones. Okay, now the Channel Islands. Take a boat out and cruise these blue waters to glimpse a whale's spout. Here in the Pacific, among the kelp strips, are playful sea otters and the ghosts of old ships. I've actually not been there before. I hope to visit someday. As you travel north and approach Monterey, see the bold, craggy rocks that surround the bay. When sardines were plenty, some years ago, the day's catch was sold on Cannery Row. Many of you probably have visited the aquarium very close to Cannery Row, or I guess perhaps on it. Stop in the city. San Francisco's the name. Here morning fog lingers and wind brings the rain. Cable cars hurry up one hill and down, and tourists eat lunch in old Chinatown. Maybe you recognize that island in the bay? That's Alcatraz. It was once used as a prison. And there's the Golden Gate. Once in Sonoma, under rebel command, settlers claimed a republic for Destiny's Land. They made a new flag to be flown everywhere, with one stripe, one star, and a fierce grizzly bear. I think that's our state flag, or at least our state flag looks very much like that, even today. This state has a motto from prospectors' lore. They yelled it when spotting that rich golden ore. Eureka, they cheered. What a jubilant sound. It's also the name of this northwestern town. So a prospector was a person who was mining for gold, hoping to find gold, about 200 years ago. Okay, hello, Sacramento and the Capitol Dome. This Delta city is the governor's home. The Pony Express once delivered the mail from a post in Missouri to the end of the trail. I think in 5th grade you guys learned more about the Pony Express. That delivered mail across the country. Here in Coloma, as the story is told, James W. Marshall discovered pure gold. The 49ers came and mined every hill and panned every stream that was near Sutter's Mill. Now east to Yosemite, where sequoias abound and magnificent monoliths rise from the ground. Once, Ice Age glaciers carved their way through and created a valley with breathtaking view. The Great Central Valley, with its plentiful yields, feeds the whole nation from its orchards and fields. This rich, thirsty farmland needs water to thrive. Canals, pumps, and dams keep this valley alive. In Death Valley's desert of salt pan and sand, dust devils twirl across wild, crusty land. Here's Furnace Creek, a sweltering spot. It's over 120. Are you getting hot? Actually, you may have heard that one of the hottest temperatures on Earth was recently recorded at Death Valley. That temperature was 10 degrees more than 120. It's 130 degrees out. My goodness. Finally, Palm Springs and the end of the ride. Put up your feet and enjoy the poolside. Sit back and relax from the travel routine and remember the treasure-filled places you've seen. Oh, and here's a little informational part of the book. I'll read it to you. It says, many historians think the name California comes from a romantic Spanish fiction story called Las Terras de Esplandian, The Exploits of Esplandian, by Garcia Ordóñez de Montalvo, published in 1510, so a little more than 500 years ago. The story is about an imaginary, treasure-filled island called California that was not far from terrestrial paradise and was ruled by Queen Calafia. When Spanish explorers discovered the Pacific coast north of Mexico, sometime in the 1530s to 1540s, they called it California, after the island in the story. And here's our state flag, indeed the one red stripe and star, and our bear. Our state insect is the dog-faced butterfly. Here's our state seal. Our state animal is the grizzly bear. I knew this one. Our state flower is the golden poppy. I had some growing wild in my yard. Our state tree is the great redwood. Our state mineral is gold. Our state bird is the quail. And our state marine mammal is the gray whale. In the back of the book, it has a little more information about each of the different places: San Diego, San Juan Capistrano, Los Angeles. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this book. Again, Our California by Pam Munoz Ryan. And maybe you'll read some other books of poetry or books by this author. Hope you enjoyed the story.